guys, hey friends. So welcome to part 2 of the transformation journey with my heart transplant. So part 1 was all about the actual being in the hospital and getting the transplant, recovering and being able to work my way from the ICU or the cardiac ICU and then upstairs to the cardiac floor and be able to be released. And then this next video is part 2 where I've been released and I'm staying within the blocks, a few blocks of the hospital as per requirements, but journeying into being able to go home and get dressed, wear clothes, and just slowly recover. And it's been already what feels like a surreal long journey, and it's crazy. And then part 3 is going to be our transition out from the city, the inner core, to just an hour and a half away to my parents' house, where we'll be living in a motor home with our dogs, because we found that that is cheaper than finding somewhere to pay rent with 4 dogs. And so we have that special surprise, and that will be phase 3, and we can't wait. So we're going through this journey now of phase 2 and trying to heal all sorts of small little steps and adventures along the way. And it's still completely surreal to me that what's happened and how things have went, and the gratitude that I have with the doctors. I mean, my life was in their hands, completely in their hands, because when they took my heart out, there's nothing there temporarily, and he had to physically look at the new heart and determine that it was going to be good enough. And that's a scary part, because you have nothing in you at that time, and then also they have to put the heart in you and pray that it starts. So there are so many amazing things that happened, and this beautiful heart that I got given started, and it's just so special to me because I want to know where it came from. And so I will be in this video writing a letter to the donor family to see if I can get any answers back. And I know too that their family or husband or whatever must be in a grieving stage, many grieving stages, and so I may not get an answer back, but I'm going to try. And I'm allowed to write as many letters as I can to the family, and they can choose to not answer or answer. And that's what I'm going to do. And I also want to write a letter to Dr. Chung and thank him for all his hard work. Amazing work that he did, because I was able to recover so quickly. I mean, I'm still in pain. You'll see in the video that sometimes I'm doing fun things and trying to have fun and doing things, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the behind the scenes where my chest is killing. I've got wired up to here underneath, all the way down to below my breasts. I've got massive water retention in my stomach, my legs, and my feet, and sometimes I just feel like I'm wrapped in saran wrap, ripping tight, and it's terrible. And I've got some new blood pressure problems that I never had before. I had terrible pressures before. I had always in the low 90s, high 80s sometimes, where I was fainting before with my old heart. But now I'm having really high blood pressures, like 170, and they're struggling to get it down. So as much as my fun activities, I try and stay positive and share things with you, there are a lot of things going on in the background. I don't want it to make it look too easy, but I'm trying to be real and share with you all the things. So anyone going through this could relate to certain parts, or just want to see what it might be like if they are on the list. And I thought that that would be helpful, to be as real as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be taking you on a couple little adventures in this part 2, and then a big adventure in part 3. So I hope you'll stay with me. And so let's get started. Here we go, our first outing, heading over the Lionsgate Bridge. What a beautiful day, even though it's a little bit smoky. Hey, hun, our first outing.
Yes.
And Sheila. Hello. So exciting. We're gonna actually step into a store, and it's been 5 months since I've been in a store other than a little grocery store, so this is pretty exciting for me. What a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Oops.
So many yummy things. I'm actually walking around a grocery store. It's a miracle. Wow. Coconut toast. I haven't been able to browse a grocery store walking good in over 5 months. This is just incredible. And I'm not that tired. I do have to take breaks, but nothing like before. Seems almost surreal that I'm in here wandering the store, and it's a big store all the way to the back where the seafood was. It's kind of just crazy. I keep feeling like I should lean on something. I'm gonna have to sit in a chair somewhere, but I'm still wandering around. This is exciting. Visiting the Asian grocery store. Oh my gosh. Dungeness crab. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, today was a great day. It was my first outing. And it's day 13 today. First day out of the hospital. Well, first day to wake up and go do something. And my health thing on my phone, my watch, said that I did over 2,200 steps, which is more than I did last year at this time, or for 6 months it shows. So that's a crazy amount of steps for me to do breathing properly. So it's a huge record day. And the hospital phoned, and every week I have anti-rejection numbers and heart biopsies that I have to have done. So I had my heart biopsy on Wednesday, which is the pathology report on how heavy the signs of rejection are. And it's a scale 0 to 3, 0 being none, 1 being mild, 2 being moderate, and 3 severe, and I was a 1, so I couldn't be luckier. So that's great. So I got that report back, and yeah, it's just a wonderful day. We were able to do a little walking. I'm completely wiped, I'm tapped out, but I'm going to relax for the rest of the evening. But still more steps I've done today than in 6 months. It blows my mind on day 13. Today I'm just waiting for the doctor to come in. I was sent for blood work this morning and an EKG to check my heart rhythm, because last night my blood pressure dropped really low, and this morning it's really high. So we're just double checking everything and making sure it's okay. My feet are pretty swollen, but in general, I'm doing pretty good. So first day, been out of here for 24 hours, but they make you stay close to the hospital so you can come back, I guess, for things like this. I look so tired, oh my gosh, but I've been up all night, sweating, and there's so many side effects of the drugs. I have tremors, and I've seen these awful mirror-like images out of every corner of my eye where things are spinning. So it's not a good feeling for that, but if that's all I have to deal with and all the edema and swelling, I mean, I'm still so grateful and off to a really good start. And we were waiting for some rejection results yesterday, and today we got them, and it's a scale of 0 to 3, 0 being no rejection, 1 being mild rejection, 2 being moderate, and 3 being severe. And if you get 3, you have to be readmitted. And the other ones I think might be able to be adjusted by drugs. So I was a 1, so that's they said an excellent result for the first go around, and so now I'm waiting.
So today we decided we're going to do a short little trip on the sea bus to get a little tour. So that should be fun. Here we go. We're on the little green sea bus. It's kind of a big one, actually. Here we go. Wow, what a great day exploring Granville Island. I can't believe that I got to do this, and it was so much fun. I just can't believe I'm even out in public. I gotta be careful about being in a lot of people. I keep forgetting that I am completely immune compromised and I need to be more careful and always wearing my mask. So I'm going to be working on that. So the hospital gave me this machine that you put your hands on. You get your phone out and you put your fingers on it, and it does the heart rate to the phone so that I can send them the information. So that's really cool. So it's kind of like having a cardiac monitor, but you don't have to stay at the hospital. You can be at home with it. So that's really cool thing. It'll make it a lot easier for me to not have to go in there constantly. Okay, getting our little baby all ready to go to his first trip to the aquarium.
Blanket. It's not going to be cold in there.
With Grandma. And we're actually walking, which is awesome. Here we go on our aquarium adventure. I'm actually walking from the car parked not in front of a building, which is a miracle. And I'm walking at a pretty decent pace. I would never be able to do this before. I would have to walk 20 steps, stop, take a break, sit down maybe even, or lean on the wall. But I'm actually walking. So it's pretty exciting. And today, is today day 16, hun?
I think so,
Day 16 after a heart transplant. Pretty lucky. Pretty shocking. Didn't expect to be here. Would still think I'd be in the hospital right now. So, kind of amazed that I can do this. And here we are. Gonna go see how much the family rate is, because it's pretty expensive. So but we want to give him his first little tour. What are those?
Those things are neat on the wall.
What are those?
Even these things. Look at like the zebra manta ray back there.
Holy crap. Well, look how big those fish are.
Wait till you look how big that thing is back there.
Yeah.
That one.
Look at the one right in front of you.
Whoa. Look at him.
Yeah, he's huge.
Oh yeah, we can go. I want to go. But just wait for your turn. I want to do that.
Somebody is completely mesmerized by the jellies. It's almost like a lullaby, isn't it? Isn't it, Buddy?
Moi j'ai acheté ce téléphone-là, c'est vraiment beau. C'est cher. Fait que quand t'as vraiment l'impression d'être dedans, c'est vraiment cool. Fait que là, attends qu'un poisson vienne par.
Grandma's making a video for you, so we can play it for you after. Come on, show us your teeth. You're
Should I put my finger there and try and chase my finger?
This one's pretty snubby. Snub nose.
Yeah. This
Sticky knife.
camera. Stunning. Pink legs, pink body.
Looks like
They bite, I think.
yeah, I wonder if they have sea lions though.
You think?
Or not sea lions. Leopard seals. They just like band-aids.
Oh wow! Look at you. Got a little. They have a little trail. So we went to the aquarium today, and it was a great little adventure with my grandbaby coming out to see me and my kids. So that was sweet. And now I'm just back at the condo and having a break, totally exhausted. But I did quite a bit of walking around there, so that was pretty awesome. And now we're just gonna get a bite to eat, but I feel like one activity per day is my max at this point, and it's day 17, and then I'm like tapped out, totally done. So not sure what we're gonna eat tonight, but well, just something simple, like even like, it would be nice to have like a fried egg sandwich or French toast or a salad. Something simple would be really good. I don't know what the kids want. They might have to order in. But it was a good day. And the baby was so good. He's such a doll. And wow, he didn't make a peep all day. He's still not made a peep. So he's so easy to take around and do stuff. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, catch you guys later. But day 17 and things are going really good. Very, very sore, trying to come off the painkillers and wean down myself. So tomorrow's the biopsy, and I'm not looking forward to that at all. I hate getting them, they're awful. That's probably the worst part of it, actually. If anyone has to go through this, is going back every week for the heart biopsy. It's horrible. I hate it because you don't have any sedation. It's just, ugh, I've stressed about it all week long, thinking about the countdown to tomorrow, every Wednesday. Ugh. So the film crew wants to film that, so hopefully I can keep it together because it's awful. And I flinch when they stick the thing in my neck. And I've got already enough holes in my neck and bruises. I don't know where they're gonna put another one, but anyway, I'll get through it. I have no choice. I had to agree with all this stuff before the transplant, plan it all out. And so that really sucks because I thought that they would be okay because I would have some sort of sedation or something, but apparently not. So, see how tomorrow goes. Well, we're at the hospital, ready for the heart biopsy, and don't see the TV crew anywhere. It's kind of nice because I don't feel very good today.
June 1st, 1995.
My blood pressure is 180 over something, so I don't know if I'm stressed or if it's just bad, but we're waiting to go in, so we'll see how this round goes. Okay, so this is just some of the pills that I have to take in the morning. This is a huge bag of medication I have to go through. This whole bag is filled. This is like a duffel bag. It's all anti-rejection drugs, pills. I have to make sure every day I get this all sorted into the proper thing. So today's Thursday. I've got to take all those, and all those. And this is because all these pills make me so itchy. I have to take those. I'm not sure what pill makes so itchy. And they just put me on magnesium, because I guess that's really low. Potassium, furosemide, which is Lasix, to get rid of this water fluid situation. And antiviral things so you don't get sick. Take my temperature and then use the cardiac monitor. So that's what I have to do at exactly 9, and it's like right close to 9, so I'm gonna get doing that right now. So this is, these blue and orange pills here are the anti-rejection pills. Same with these white ones here, and I have to take 5 of these in the morning, 4 of those in the morning, and then all the little other pills are cholesterol pill, which, oh yeah, you're on that for life too. And prednisone, a heavy-duty steroid, which is I'll be on for a while. I was on a huge amount, and then they've been tapering it down. And then I'm on, I have to add in one of these Septra, which is like an antibacterial thing for the most dangerous of pneumonias. And then aspirin and Lasix and potassium. And then these are the tacrolimus. These are those other anti-rejection drugs. And this is this new drug they started me on last night, which is for blood pressure, because for some reason I'm having really high blood pressure all of a sudden, and it was so perfect, so I'm not sure. So I just have to add these ones here today, all 2 into here, and all these things into here, and then I can start taking them. And then also have a Claritin, and then do this. Isn't this awful for somebody who is a very natural person and likes to not take any drugs? It's just like, honestly, I can't forget one thing. It has to be all written down. And then I chart, the chart I was telling you guys, that you have to do your vital signs and do your charting every morning and every night. And so this I gotta do now. A couple pills I take in between, and then I have to do the same amount of pills again at night. It's just crazy. I can't even take it with liquid anymore. I have to use yogurt. So not a good moment. I realized that I dropped my painkillers somewhere in a store or on the street because I'm on so many medication, and I can't get anything till tomorrow. So now I'm probably gonna have like withdrawals all night of sweating and shaking because and freezing, because I'm trying to get myself off of wean myself off in the next 2 weeks from these painkillers. But now I'm supposed to go cold turkey because I'm screwed up. So it's nobody's fault. I can't help that I dropped them, but I remember being in the store and hearing Jamie say, hey, your purse is hanging half open. Well, I phoned them all and nobody has them because, of course, it's kind of good stuff, so somebody would want it. They're not going to hand it in. So I'll see how tonight goes. It might be crazy. I'm really annoyed at myself because I have to go through and see what else I have to get me through the night. Not very smart and not healthy for you to go cold turkey on this stuff either. So that was my dumb thing for today. Gotta show all the reality of this. Not sure what I'm gonna do, but I don't really have a choice anyway, because it's already 9:30 at night before I realized it. So we'll see how tonight goes, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so the hospital has made me a CT scan for tonight, and I've had these sharp shooting pains in my head whenever I bend down. Like if I go to bend down even a little bit, I feel like a knife is like stabbing me in my head in certain places, and they're not sure if they want to double check everything and make sure it's nothing to do with my blood pressure. So we're just getting ready to go for the CT scan. So we're going back to the hospital. I was already there today for blood work, tons and tons of blood work for the hematologist and the Healthy Heart program that they make you go in after. It's a 6-month program. And my scar is really healing up and looking pretty good. I mean, considering that they hid this section from here to here, which has still been sawed down, they roll up the skin, so I technically could have a scar all the way to here, but they tried to make it nice and so it could be covered. But I'm kind of like, feel like I don't have to hide it completely. It's my warrior wounds. So I'm just gonna get ready. We're gonna go do this CT scan, and then hopefully they can tell me if they see anything weird in my head, and I'm just praying that there's nothing strange gone on, like any kind of blood clots or anything like that. So I'll keep you posted. I was just gonna show you guys, just getting in the car, and I put like a bag over myself, or I have a pillow. Can you put this in, hun? Seatbelt me in, and then put this over your heart, this strap, so that if you had to slam on the brakes or hit a speed bump, which, oh, there's lots of speed bumps in this condo unit, it doesn't hurt so bad. So that's what I've been doing. So I don't know how long I'm going to do that for, probably a while, because it's quite painful when you're driving, but it's so hot out today that it's difficult. So I just thought I would share that with you, that's one of the other things. And then the other day I was talking about all the things that you can't eat anymore and you can't do, and the things that suck and you can't go in. Then we went downstairs and I remembered that we can't go in the pool and we can't go in public hot tubs, and so that's all out. And things like that you never would have thought about. So strange things. Anyway, we're headed to the CT scan to see about my head and why I'm having those sharp pains. So hopefully they can figure it out. So this is how I have my bag, or we have a pillow in the back seat that I just leave in here to put in front of me. And this is masses from all the biopsies that I have to get every week. I'll probably have a bruise and stuff there for a long time, but that's okay. So we're headed to the drugstore first to pick up all our prescriptions, and then to the CT scan. And it is very, very busy out here. Friday night, Vancouver traffic. I'm gonna go in and get my prescription first. Okay, here we go. The famous old St. Paul's Hospital. This hospital is so old, but it has the absolute best nurses and doctors. Some of them in the world, but definitely in British Columbia. It's the only place you can go for a heart transplant and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So if that's you, you'd be coming here in BC. It's so beautiful. Right downtown. Okay, we picked up all the prescriptions and now we're going for the CT scan. Oh, here we go. Looking for the CT scan. I don't know if this is it.
CT scan.
It says CT scan. But do we go in here? Wave hand to open. Patient placement. I hope this is right. Let's see. It looks kind of like I've been here before. I think I've been here. I've had so many of these. And I think I've got wheeled from the other way from being admitted.
Well, we're all done now. I'll just have to wait for tomorrow, I guess, to get the results. I'm sure if something's wrong, they'll call me right away. They text me, and someone calls every single day. There's at least one appointment every single day for something, like non-stop. But it's a huge surgery and huge amount of responsibility afterwards with all the drugs and appointments, and I agreed to everything to get a chance at life, so I can't complain. No way I can complain about it all.
Glad
but
you agreed.
yeah, I'm not glad I agreed about the biopsies. They're terrible. I've said that like 10 times, but I hate them. Super stressful. But I got these new patches, which I'll show you. They're lidocaine or something patches. They're like, I put on a couple EMLA patches that I put on a couple hours before I get the biopsy, and it's supposed to help freeze a bit because they were having to use so much freezing because the amyloid damages your nerves so bad that the freezing doesn't take on me very good at all. And they said they had to use so much that it's freezing my vocal cords and things. So hopefully this patch helps a little bit. But I'll keep you posted on the front with that as well. Hey guys, I'm really missing home today. I want to be home. I want to sit on my own patio. I want my chickens. I want my own bed. I want my own food. I just really want to go home. It's one of those days. And I seem to be getting a really runny nose, so I have this chart that I have to watch really carefully all my symptoms and see what, make sure.
We'll take dogs out.
Okay. Make sure nothing is astray on the sheet. Otherwise I have a number I can call because it's the weekend now. And so I have to be really careful and call the on-call doctor on call for the weekend if I have one more symptom. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm like 1,000 times more susceptible to sickness than a regular person because of all the immune suppressing drugs that I'm on for the anti-rejection stuff. It's called tacrolimus and MM something. Anyway, so that's the status now. I'm really praying I don't get sick, because if I get sick it could revert this whole plan of me moving on the next step, because I've now had 2 biopsies and they've both been level 1, which is good. And they go 0 to 3, 0 being no rejection, 1 being mild rejection, 2 being moderate rejection, and 3 being severe, and 2 and 3 are chances of being hospitalized, and I'm a 1, so it's good. Not really good, but still good. So I want to be a 0, but I'll take 1. So I've had 2 heart biopsies that were 1, so that's good. Everything progresses forward. As long as I don't get a 2 or 3, because that means you're progressing the other way. They add more steroids, more drugs, and if you have a 3, you have to be readmitted to the hospital, and I definitely don't want that, because that would like ruin our next step, because now we're told we have to stay really close for the first month after the transplant, close, like within the few blocks of the hospital, and then after that we can migrate a little further, which is about an hour and a half, to my mom's, which is our next phase, which is supposed to be in about another week. And then we can be there with all our puppies together and everything. And it's still not home, but it's one more step away from the downtown core and to be able to go home. So hopefully it's only another month or month and a half there, and then we can go home. And that's only if everything's perfect. And so I really don't want to get sick, because I don't know why, but my nose has been running all day and I've been really short of breath, and those are 2 things that were bad on the chart to have. So I have to really watch, because I take my blood pressure, weight, and temperature every night and every morning. So as long as I don't get a fever or anything that's really bad, then they'll put me back in there too. So there's all these things, all these things that you have to watch for. So anyway, that's the status. I'll see how I feel when I wake up tomorrow, and I probably won't get my CT scan results now, I realize, till Monday, because it's Friday today. So, but I do have a number to call if I still feel like I'm getting a cold tomorrow. I have to call them. something so simple that everyone in normal life would never have to call a on-call doctor, surgeon, but they're super, take things so serious, and I'm really glad, because anything goes wrong with my heart, this is the place to be to fix it, and that's why they want you to stay close for the first month or so. So I know there's a Christmas tree behind me, but it's a spring tree, so I thought that was so cute. Anyway, I'll chat with you guys tomorrow and see where things stand. So today I'm at the Healthy Heart program, and I'm waiting for a cardiologist appointment, and that's, my scar is healing pretty good, and it's a program that you have to go through for 6 months, and it's a mandatory program that includes a dietitian, a cardiologist, all sorts of different exercise stuff and Zoom meetings and things like that, so that they can maintain your heart. It's really interesting. I had no idea about all this follow-up stuff, like no idea. There's so much. It's the whole place. This entire place is all the Healthy Heart program. So people that are smokers or things like that, they help them to not start again or quit or do anything. I was never a smoker. This is all from my disease. But yeah, so I'm going to this program today, so see what the cardiologist said. They already sent me for blood work and extensive panel on different things, so they're going to look it over today, and that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to find out all about my new heart and if it has anything like cholesterol levels or anything like that. So it should be pretty interesting. And I don't really know what it's all going to be about, except that we're going to review all the blood work that I did and the state of the new heart and what I have to monitor and send to them and this and that. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, and I meant to say, guess what? Today was the very first day that I was able to go get a massage laying on my stomach. It took like 10 minutes out of the marks on my face. I don't even care. I don't even care. I walked down the street like that with no mask. They're like embedded, and that was over an hour ago. So like it's not coming out. That's how
I don't know, my skin is just so sensitive now. But I actually was able to lay down on my stomach and get a massage for the first time that was like normal way, and oh my gosh, it felt so good. So I can't fix all the problems in my back and my neck that I had since the hospital. Whatever I twisted or did, I don't know. Probably from when I fell last summer and blacked out. But anyway, I was able to do it and I was so excited about it. It felt so good. It already hurts again, but it was like, at least it was like an hour of amazing relief. So I'm walking around with my warrior wound and my crazy marks all over my face, and I'm just fine with it, whatever. Okay, so I'm all done there, and they have changed my pill that I'm on. That I take this cholesterol pill to keep from getting plaque or anything in the new heart, and they changed it to a really more potent one because they said it's not strong enough for what my numbers are. So I'm going to walk across the street and get this prescription and pick up all the other prescriptions that are sitting there, and then that's the only thing I have to do medically today. Thank goodness, and then I can go relax or go for a drive or something. I think we're gonna go for a drive. So I just finished my heart biopsy, and I'm burning time before I pick up my prescriptions. And I found this in the gift shop, Turkish Delight candies, and it made me think of my girlfriend, where we just go to Bulk Barn and buy these amazing candies, because they're even expensive here, Cream, just so you know. They're so good, so maybe we can make them somehow. But it went really good, the biopsy, and I'm just waiting for the test results tomorrow. And then we're going to be working on getting into our phase 2 plan, which is leaving the condo and being able to go to my mom and dad's. So this is huge and exciting, and I'm really happy to be able to get through all the phases, from the hospital, from actually the CCU to the ICU to the 5th floor, getting out, getting to the condo, leaving the condo, going to my mom and dad's, and then the final stage will be actually going home. So it's a long process that I had to agree to, and the care is just phenomenal, and I just need to be really close. Only a few more days of being really close to Vancouver, as long as everything goes good, and then things will change, and I'll be able to move on and have all my puppies together. So I'm pretty excited. So we're just waiting for some prescriptions, and each time the biopsy gets better and better and better. Never easy, it's very painful, but easier, and it's something I'm gonna have to figure out and live with, because I have to do it for the next years. Right now it's once a week, but after this week it's going to every 2nd week for the next 3 months, and then after that, if everything stays good, it will go to once a month. So I will keep you posted. We're heading to one more appointment after this. We're going to see Dr. Parkins. He's a hematologist who deals with my amyloidosis disease, and we are going to check my light chain numbers and see how that goes. But the really cool thing that happened in my biopsy today is Dr. Clark showed me the little bits of heart pieces that he took out of my heart, the little samples, and I was even able to see on my x-ray, he showed me how my scar is all wired up in there. It was pretty, wow, pretty crazy. So on to our next appointment. Hey friends, so I'm home now from the biopsy and seeing the hematologist, and he said my numbers look really good, and as long as I don't get sick, and because my immune system is so compromised, as long as I stay pretty healthy and everything, that he is happy, as long as he has to talk to the cardiologist and make sure that they're happy and that they're okay to go forward with getting me back on my chemo regime. And for those of you that are on all different things for your amyloidosis, mine is, so many people have asked me, so I'll tell you what mine is. I'm on the Cyborg clinical trial study. So I'm not in the study, I'm just a recipient of the study that just ended in 2021. So I'm following that study, and it's worked really well. I mean, I got healthy enough to get a transplant, which normally they refuse to do transplant on chemo patients, they told me, and I'm like I'm an anomaly in every way with the amyloid and the chemo and everything, being with the heart transplant. So yeah, basically my numbers were really good, and he's okay to go forward with starting the chemo up again. I just have to be really, really careful and not go out in public too much, and no one's allowed to be sick around me or that I know of, and people are supposed to wear a mask around me, which don't, so I'm gonna have to ask them to do that. And yeah, so if we go ahead, now that the weekly chemo treatments or the weekly biopsies are completed, the 4 weekly ones, now I'm on bi-weekly, so I get a 2-week break. So that is why we're going to wrap up all the rest of the appointments this week, and then we're going to be able to head out of here, out of the city, to my mom's in the country, where I'll be relaxing. And I'm super grateful that we got to stay here, and that my cousin offered for us to stay here. We're so blessed that we're so close to the hospital. We actually don't know what we would have done. No idea what we would have done, just playing it by ear. And then staying at my mom's for another month and a half or so, depending on how good I am and how much we can afford to drive back and forth to the biopsies that are going to be every 2 weeks. So we'll see what they say, because I have to have permission for everything, for leaving and how far away I'm going to be, so they know exactly where I am. But so that's a really great day, and I'll find out my results tomorrow, and then wrap up the next appointments for Thursday and Friday, and then we should be able to leave Friday night or Saturday morning and head on out of the city. We're only going to be about an hour and a half away at the most, but to them that's a long way, because if anything happens, they're the only hospital that can help me, so they don't want you any further than that. So it worked out. It's working out really well. So for any of you going through stuff, hang in there. I'm right there with you. Anyone going through some tough times, I'm with you. And I know that when I get back on the chemo, I'm gonna have, I'm gonna be even more immune compromised, and it's gonna be really a dangerous area to be in, and I'm gonna have to be very careful, because there's lots of stuff going around, as well as COVID still going around, even in this time. My aunt and uncle just had it, and it's June of the very beginning of June 2023, and it's still going around. So I have to be so careful, because when I had COVID the last 2 times I was hospitalized, and the first time is when all my symptoms started blowing up. So I don't know if it triggered the amyloid that was already in me or what. There's so many things. And I've had so many questions about what I'm taking, because I'm here in Canada, and what pills I'm taking, and what treatment plan, chemo I'm on for my amyloidosis, and what I'm doing for the heart transplant, and how I got here. So I will do a video on the exact plan and the exact medicine and drugs that I took to get me from having 3 months to live, if that, to thriving, and now getting listed for the heart transplant, and getting the heart transplant, and recovering. And I want to share everything I can in case that will help somebody else. So that will probably be in part 3, and I will be able to explain all of that stuff and more. So anyways, friends, I will talk to you tomorrow and let you know what my numbers are, and then we will head out. Today I want to sit down, and I got this really pretty notepad, and I want to write the donor family a letter to thank them. It's going to be really hard. I'm not sure what to write yet, but I want it to be very thoughtful and meaningful, and I want to be able to finish this so I can leave it here at the transplant center, and the transplant center counselors anonymously give the letter to the donor family, and it's up to me to write the letter and it's up to them to not respond or respond, but I'm praying that they respond. Maybe it'll help everyone's grieving process, but if not, I respect their opinion and then where they are in their healing journey too. But I'm gonna write that, and that's my goal for today. So I'm super excited. I just got word that my biopsy came back with a 0, which is amazing because 0 means no signs of rejection whatsoever, and I've been getting 1s, which is still really good, but 0 means we can leave the downtown core and head to my mama's. So this is super exciting. So we have one more appointment tomorrow. Well, I have a Zoom appointment with the psychiatrist. That's like a mandatory thing, and then I have the heart viewing, and this is gonna be so crazy. I can't wait. This is pretty wow. Like, it's for the research center that I was telling you about in part 1 video. If you haven't seen the whole transplant portion, go check out part 1 of the transplant journey video, and you will see that I donated my heart to worldwide research, and so scientists all over the world can request samples, and because it has amyloid in it so bad, it's exciting to them, they said, very exciting to them. So there was only one other amyloidosis heart in the bank here, and it's not even near as severe as mine, so they're quite excited, and I'm excited, and they're very grateful. They said it was a gift to the research center, which made me feel so nice because of the gift that I received. There's no words that can say, because I just finished writing that letter, and there's no words that can say how grateful you are. Like, it will take multiple letters and time and thought. But anyway, my biopsy was a 0, and tomorrow's the heart viewing, and so then we get to put lab coats on and go into the research center, and I actually get to say goodbye to my heart and hold it and look at it, and I'm expecting it to be pretty emotional because people say that it is, and so I'm going in earlier than the film crew so I can kind of get the most of my emotional state out. I don't know if I will, because that's just how I am, but I'm pretty excited to go do that, and we get to compare it to a normal heart, and they're going to tell us all kind of information about it, so that's going to be so exciting. So I finished my letter, and that was really difficult for sure. To the donor family, it's hard to think of something, but it had to be really thoughtful and meaningful. And now I have to get a letter, an envelope, but I guess there's a lot more to it, because I phoned to see how do I get this to them, and there's this website called BC Transplant, and when you click on it, you go to, oh, no, not that. The letter, here it is, letter guidelines and things that you can and cannot do, and then closing your letter and mailing your letter and what you have to do. So I won't be able to, I gotta do those things first, and then I can get it off. It's no panic, but it's done. It was really hard to do that, and but I feel really much better about it, that I did that, and getting it off to them is important to me.
On my last evening in Vancouver, I had a great dinner out with my sister before she headed back to Victoria, so that was a real treat. And we watched the view of the ocean.
Well, goodbye Vancouver for now. I'm free of you for 2 weeks. Thank you so much. We are so blessed to be able to use this place, and we have to say goodbye to our little home that was so graciously shared to us. It's all neat and tidy and cleaned up, and we're trying to leave it nicer than when we arrived, because that's what you should do. But
got last load of laundry on, and then we'll fold up all the clean sheets and take out the garbage and recycling. And
I already did that.
oh, did you? Okay. Well, and the doggies are kind of like not sure what to do. They don't know where. We've taken the dog kennel out and loaded the car, and so now, where are you guys? Huh? Where are you guys? There they are. They're like, where are we going? But they don't realize that they get to see their mommy and brother soon. Well, stepbrother. So, goodbye condo life for now. We'll probably be back, you know, because there's going to be so much ongoing appointments, and it's a lifelong thing now. We'll be having the biopsies went from once a week, and now I get to do it every 2 weeks. Sorry, my hand's shaking so bad. It's the medication. And then we go to once a month, and then we have a whole bunch of yearly appointments. So we'll be down all the time. But for now, we're headed to my mom's soon. And that would be phase 3, because phase 1 is the transplant at the hospital. Phase 2 is coming close and staying in the vicinity right close to the St. Paul's Hospital. And phase 3 is getting to go an hour away. And, oh wow, I'm really shaky. The tacrolimus is very strong. And that's one of the anti-rejection drugs. And when you take it, you're just... Well, I shouldn't say for everybody, but I'm very, very, very shaky. It's a side effect. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey girls, are you excited to see Mommy? Mommy and your brother? Are you? You excited? Are you? Oh yes, we can't. They probably are going to be so excited when we're leaving shortly to go see Ricky and Brian. Hey Sandy? Because then they can all be united. So this is really exciting. And I know they don't understand, but I understand. Alright girls, it's coming soon. So thank you guys so much for joining us on our phase 2, part 2 of the journey. Part 1 was all at the hospital experience, and now part 2 is all about the phase 2, leaving the hospital and staying in this tight perimeter of the hospital. And part 3 will be all about the next steps and just moving a little slightly forward and how things are going each day and all the new stuff going on. I'm gonna have to switch over all my to a different pharmacy and things in that city, so it's going to be an adventure. But thanks so much for joining me. I love you all. If you're enjoying the transplant journey, please subscribe and like my videos. I answer every comment, so if you leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon, and have a wonderful day.